What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm back, Connor, and I'm better than ever. You wouldn't even believe it.
So you're saying the hay fever is gone from last week? That is there any chance you could maybe share your secrets, or is it just a case of you're keeping it to yourself?
Well, let me get on to that first. Okay. There is a thing that I want to try, but I don't know if it works. But also...
Don't be accepting any injections from people on the street.
It's not an injection, it's far better, Connor. There is
some guy down in alleyway is like, come down here, lad. I'm going to show you.
There is a local well down in Kerry where if you wash your face with the well water, supposedly it cures the hay fever. All I'm saying is, yeah, like, what if we did a little road trip?
Does this? I feel like medical advice shouldn't be on this show. I feel like
but if you get stung by a nettle, you use a dock leaf. So surely there's some credence to well water being good.
This is your first weird news, Shaun. What do we do here, Shaun?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy trying old-timey remedies to his problems to look at any weird news.
How is the hay fever?
It's not good. We've had record highs of pollen, Connor. Every kind of pollen. Grass, tree, flower. It's all the same.
And every time I see it, I laugh. I chuckle to myself. I say, Shaun, another day of Shaun sniffling. Ha 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 ha. The world is right.
I live beside a park.
That was just poor geography on your part.
My bus stop is next to a garden centre, Connor.
I work in a field.
I work in a florist.
So yeah, look, this is weird news, and as Shaun said, I've got out and found some of the weird news stories. I'm going to try and... Shaun hasn't heard them, so I'm just kind of... There's a lot of weird shit that happens in the world, and we do this every single week. We kind of cover all of that stuff. If you could give us a like and review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on, it would really help us out. But Shaun, what we also do on this show, not only weird news, but we have a show called Hero or Zero.
Yes, where we take one comic book character every single week. You normally take DC characters, I take Marvel. We just give everyone a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character.
Smooth. But yes, we also do that episode, right? But interestingly, what if, Shaun, I told you that this week I found out about a superhero for weird news? What if I found out about a superhero's origin from weird news? Because... there are some powers. Well, I mean, Professor X, psychic powers.
Yes, he uses his mind.
The Flash, super speed. Superman, laser eyes.
Batman, dead parents, breaks bones like spines. But Shaun, what about this woman? Because woman struck by lightning in front of her own children can now sense when storms are coming. Oh shit. Oh fuck. How useful. But how soon in advance can she sense it? Because a weather forecast is a thing.
Yeah. A mom who miraculously survived getting hit by lightning said that she could still sense when a storm was coming after the incident. So... this could be a superhero origin story, Shaun. But, I mean, you also have the classic origin story of lightning bolt hits somebody in front of their children. That's the origin of at least 10 or 12 heroes.
Maybe this is just the origin of anxiety, because if I got struck by fucking lightning, I'd always be waiting for the next time I was struck by lightning.
If I got attacked by a crocodile, I would always think there was a crocodile around me about to attack.
Yeah. Because you never expect it in the first place. Yeah. So the fact that it can happen any time and it happened might happen again.
Kimberly Crone was in her home. This is back in 2009, Shaun, in Texas.
Jesus.
And she's just sorting out the kitchen after breakfast, you know yourself. And maybe some cereal. Bowls can be difficult to wash if you leave that cereal stuck on those sides. Oh, it's a nightmare.
That's true. A lot of metal spoons as well. Ooh.
As she was handling a large pan, oh no, she heard two huge sounds, which took place during a storm that saw 1,200 lightning strikes hit the area in just 5 minutes.
Jesus, that's a real bad storm.
Yeah, it's quite bad.
We don't get storms like that over here, though.
No, I mean, we get rain. It's constant rain, but there's no real, like, extremes either way.
No, we'll get, like, a bit of lightning every now and again and some thunder.
So the mum of 6 was standing right in front of her children, aged between 6 months and 9 years old, when a bolt of lightning came straight through a light in her kitchen roof, striking the pan in her hand and then getting her straight in the chest.
Sorry, she got struck by fucking lightning inside.
Yes.
That's horseshit that's allowed. What are we doing here?
I thought the rules were you stay outside, we stay inside.
Yeah. That's how it works. You go inside if it's lightning.
You don't bother us, lightning.
It travelled through the cables in her house into her chest.
Into the pan that she was holding into her chest.
Oh my God. And was she okay?
So, I can still remember the pain, she said. I can remember the burning smell. I felt on fire. And all I could think of was I wish it would just end. As in, like, the pain would end. Not, yeah. I'm assuming probably her as well, I mean, at that point.
Depends.
So her son Tristan springs into action, calls 911 to help Shaun.
Fucking legend. Only 6 months old. What a hero.
Good. The other 5 were shocked. Just useless.
They were stunned.
Fucking shit in a fucking emergency. But young old Tristan in his crib.
Tristan puts out his cigarette, sighs, goes out, picks up an old style rotary phone and starts going to work.
For some reason, I had a rotary phone in my head as well.
It's the easiest phone for a 6-month-old to use, weirdly enough.
You gotta use that. And it's the slow click as well. It's a whole thing. The distressed youngster, 6 months old, told the responder in perfect English, I can only assume, that lightning came through the ceiling and that his mother was hurting real bad. So there's also a recording of the call. As this was happening, another bolt hit the house, causing the home computer to explode. What the This is genuinely the origin of Heroes or Nightmare.
Who wired this house? That shouldn't fucking happen.
Do you think we should leave all those spoons on the roof? Yeah, fucking leave them up there, it'd be grand.
Yeah, that's what they're there for, like.
No, fucking they're to conduct electricity, so if it comes down here, like, the house will just level out.
And you made the chimney out of copper. That's a choice.
Why? There's 16 minutes later, the ambulance arrived. They take Kimberly to the hospital where she spends 3 days. And she makes a full recovery. However, Shaun, this is where it gets into our neck of the woods, because years later she's opened up on the lasting effects that she's experienced from the strike, saying that my chest gets real tight when the storm's coming, especially the closer it gets. As far as a lightning strike, I can tell from hours before what's about to happen. Shaun, what part of the Justice League will this be useful for, and is it possible we could use her?
Presumably the people who set the rotas for when to come in. They can take weather into account. This just sounds like a panic attack. Like, any time lightning is maybe going to happen, her chest gets really tight. Like.
I thought she could be a new hero, but now that you mention it, I feel like it could just be stress.
I think, genuinely, like, if you got hit by a bus, you're never walking across the street the same way again, are you?
Oh, I'm on bus watch constantly, if that happens.
They could come from anywhere. Like,
yeah.
But also you can tell anyway when if you go out in the morning. I feel like most people can be like, oh, it's going to rain later. Isn't that a thing? You can feel the air
pressure. I feel like you're thinking of Irish farmers, and I feel like they started that rumour.
I feel I have that. I have that skill, though. I feel I'm able to do it.
For anyone new, this is Shaun's thing of he learns of a skill that somebody has made up and just assumes he is immediately going to be good at it without any prior experience or training.
I was talking about this with my girlfriend the other night, actually. I don't think I could be suffocated with a pillow. I feel I would simply not let that happen. Because, well, it's a pillow. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So you're saying you are built different.
Yes, genuinely.
Never, and I cannot stress this enough, never has a man with such weak knees been so confident in any aspect of life.
Do you have any idea how, first of all, how little knees plays into me being suffocated? And B, how much physio I've undergone on my knees?
Do you have asthma?
No, I don't have asthma.
Okay.
But I carry an inhaler in case I get into a fight. I need the extra airflow.
What about if the fight involves pillows?
A pillow fight, you say?
How are you surviving?
You leave my dream journal out of this.
How are you surviving suffocation, Shaun, is my question in some
I'm
sort of
pushing them off me. I'm punching them. I'm punching them beneath the ribs.
What are you punching beneath the ribs? But how can you see the ribs? What if they're standing far out of your punching range?
No, they're suffocating me with a pillow. I know exactly where their arms are. Therefore, I know where their torso is. Therefore, I can focus on the ribs. I'm working the body.
In your words, anyone who's ever been suffocated to death by a pillow is a little bitch.
I just don't think it's that hard to fight back. How many people have been suffocated with a pillow? Not in a film. Like, I'd wager more people survive the pillow attempt than actually die.
This is a very morbid search, but I really would like you to Google search how many people died from pillow suffocation in the past year.
Suffocated with a pillow. Not meme. I don't want meme after this.
Go on.
What happens when someone is smothered with a pillow?
But I suppose also it would never come up as suffocated by a pillow because you would just come up as you suffocated to death.
Well, that's it. It's lethal smothering with a pillow. How 181 music festival visitors tried to kill a dummy. I don't know what this is. But apparently the pillow is one of the hardest causes of death to diagnose. Suffocating with a pillow. Can a person really be smothered with a pillow?
There we go.
But the pillow is not the most important see. Now, this is... Wow, this man should be on a list. So it's possible what the movies get wrong is that the pillow is not the most important part. If you want to smother someone, put weight on their chest so that their lungs cannot inflate and block incidental air with a pillow. So, because a strong and healthy adult, such as myself, would struggle violently entirely on instinct, Connor.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So, my point stands. A pillow? No. If someone's kneeling on my chest, fair enough, they probably have a good shot.
Right. But, okay.
I just saw you question everything about this podcast, by the way.
I was thinking of anyone else I knew.
What's Conor Martin up to?
Who do I know from school that could do
I'm not putting this on as a character, by the way. Genuinely, we had this conversation.
That's why I'm so confused. Because I know you. And you've got no athletic ability, but my God, your confidence level is always so fucking high.
It's in there. You know, I'll figure it out in the moment.
Do you think that you'd be good at the high jump?
No.
That's the first time you've ever said no to that question.
Is the high jump the one with the pole?
Okay, we'll do pole vault. Do you think you'd be good at the pole vault?
No, I feel I would impale myself immediately.
Good.
Like, first out of the gate.
What about just a regular high jump?
Regular high jump, no, I've done it before, and I was fine at it then. But again, the knees have deteriorated since.
Do you think you're good at darts?
I'm not good at darts. I'm unreal at pool.
No, you're not.
I am genuinely, this isn't even a bit. I'm very, very good at pool.
Lad, I'm not doing a bit, right? But I am very good at pool.
You're a man with a pool table in your house. I
actually do. I have a small pool table in my house. Yes.
Oh, just to clarify, it's small, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's not like a 7 foot. It's not like I don't have a pool room.
It's not regulation.
Like I don't have one of those rooms that you specifically set up for a pool table.
We should play pool sometime. It'd be fun.
No, because it would be competitive. Because
it would be competitive for you, and I wouldn't give a shit.
No. I can't imagine a world where I lose to you in a sporting aspect. If it happens, I'm gonna walk away.
I'm good exclusively at sports that I can do with a pint in my hand.
Oh fuck yeah! Shit, he's got the advantage. Oh,
dude, 2 ales in, that's where I peak in terms of pool ability.
I gotta get him sober. Shaun, in terms of superpowers, what superpower would you like if you could have any?
If I would like, I've said this before, I want Hawkeye's lethal accuracy because I feel it's the most useful.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to live forever, first of all. Being super strong just sounds boring. But if I can just like fucking wing someone from across the room with a bottle cap, that's great fun.
What if, for example, my power, I always chose time travel?
See, I would micromanage myself to death.
No, you could stop and start time, was always my thing.
Oh, think of all I could get done. Think of how many videos I couldn't edit.
Do all of the activities, start time again, no time has passed.
But do you age in that time?
Oh, that would be a hindrance, but also no. I'm going to say no.
Right, so you just maintain as you are.
Yeah.
But are other people conscious during that time? Is it some form of torture for them?
No, they don't know what's happened. It's
right,
paused,
it's
and then
paused
it's
on a DVD player, like
yeah.
Or a streaming service for those of you.
Or everyone's favourite show from 2003, Columbus? No. What's your man's watch?
Watch?
Columbus's watch? No. What the fuck's his name? No.
What watch are you talking about? The one in The Simpsons?
Oh, there was a really small kids show on ITV called Columbo's Watch. Columbus's Watch.
Pause time watch cartoon. Bernard's Watch?
Bernard's Watch! Yes,
where the fuck were you going with Columbo?
I don't know, actually. What's his name, Columbus?
David Peachy is the actor. Bernard is his name.
He's Bernard's Watch, and he could stop time and he could start time. And I watched that when I was young, and I was like, "That's a great power."
That's true. It seems like, but what do you like? At what point? When do you decide to unstop it? Just when you get bored? Is it?
Yeah, when you're just like, I'd like to have a chat now. But like when you have one of those days, you're like, I don't want to talk to people. Pause it until you're ready to go, and then
do you get tired?
Have a lot of admin.
Do you need to eat in that time?
Yeah, but sure, I mean, you could just stop time, take out the food, start. You could start and stop it whenever you wanted.
Right. So you effectively can teleport then as well with limited effects.
Basically, but that would be my idea. But like, you could stop a whole crime before it even begins.
Yeah, but you're not doing that. Like,
no, I'm robbing every bank in the fucking world. Like,
yeah,
called it a day.
That's what I'm thinking. Man, you're going to get an all-time goal record at your next hurling match. Is what's going to happen.
No, but see, you couldn't do that because you can't hop. You'd have to be in the exact same position.
That is fair. But at my lethal accuracy, I would be better than you at hurling.
Yeah, okay, grand. I'd be a billionaire.
Yeah, but would you be happy?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough. So I'd have a full-size pool table, Shaun. I'd be very happy.
I'd get out my own room. Big massive young. Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and I have man addicted to cheese has spent 60 grand on cheddar and eats at least 2 blocks a day.
That man, God help his small intestine. What the fuck? How?
He's addicted to cheese. Mark King, who's 54, will put an entire block of cheese into a sandwich and would happily eat 4 a day if his wife would let him. Yeah.
That's foul. How does this man have a wife? What the fuck is going on?
Despite this, they claim doctors insist that Mark, who's a woodyard worker from Maidstone in Kent, is perfectly healthy, and that the dad of 4 even boasts a six-pack after acclimatising to the dairy product.
He's in fucking ketosis constantly. That's all is happening to him.
He'll eat cheese with every meal, but skips macaroni and cheese and cauliflower cheese because they're not cheesy enough for him. It's just basically cheese. My husband probably eats the most amount of cheese that's humanly possible. He has 2 packs a day. He would eat a lot more, but I've calmed him down. It got a bit out of control, to be honest, said his wife Tracy.
Is it like nice cheese? Is it just like orange cheddar, or is it like, artisan, there's berries and shit in it, or what's going on here? I don't know. Also, tapering him back to 2 blocks a day is not a success story. That's still too many.
I've tapered him back to 10 pints a day.
Yeah, it's the same logic.
When we met 25 years ago, he was doing these sandwiches. His favourite is a block of cheese in between 2 pieces of... A block of cheese.
That is firm, my friend.
That is hard. Your teeth are in bits, man.
Just the mouthfeel alone is just... No. I get maybe a bite in.
He cuts it up. He then has it with Marmite mayonnaise and white pepper on top of it.
This man has the mouth of a grave. He's fucking... He is... that's not even like luxury. It's just fucking excess.
What are you doing? Tracy insists that while now she thinks it's a bit peculiar, initially she didn't think twice about it because he's always lived that way. She continued, I didn't think anything of it before, but since I did the video, I've got a bit worried. He said to me, don't be so stupid. I've always eaten it. There's no side effects at all. He's nearly 55 and perfectly healthy. I don't understand it. It makes me ill immediately. I can't eat cheese at all. Also, would there be any left, really, Tracy, for you?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't sound like a man who's sharing his cheese, do you know?
No.
But, is he... What's the shop like? Like, it's the weekly shop. Like, is it just raid the cheese aisle?
So Tracy explained that Mark would spend around £7 a day on cheese, each and every single day, adding up to about £210 a month, about $2,500 a year, and about 63 grand since she's known him.
63. I mean, I get, if you break it down like that, it sounds like a lot. £7 a day on something you enjoy, maybe, fine. But when it's cheese that you're eating and putting in your body... Surely you'd get sick of cheese.
That's always my thought for all these stories. It's not like to eat what you want, but surely you'd be sick. You'd be so sick of cheese.
So bored of it. Because, I've I've eaten ramen noodles for a month, as a college student. And it's by day 2 or 3, fine. Week 4, you're I would rather starve. Honestly,
I did that with Nutella. I ate so much Nutella in 2 days, and then I just have never touched it since because I get immediately sick even thinking about eating Nutella because I'm just no, I can't.
It's it's old school fucking 50s parenting where you find the kid smoking, so you have him finish a carton of cigarettes.
Well, speaking of smoking, Tracy has said that he's got a very good defence for. I mean, she's would you not even try? I don't know, a carrot. Just anything.
Yeah.
And he replied, and he points out, this is simple. He doesn't smoke, and that's about 20 quid a day. So actually he's saving her 20 quid a day.
You can rationalise anything if you just find something more expensive.
Everything we have, he covers it with cheese. He won't eat macaroni and cheese. He doesn't like pasta. So
what the fuck?
So apparently somebody sent them a big hamper when they found out that they were going on TV to discuss his big cheese eating habit, and there was mac and cheese in there and he wouldn't touch it as there's not enough cheese on it for his he doesn't like nachos either. He'll rarely eat cauliflower cheese. Cheese sauces don't appeal to him in any way.
A cheese sauce is just liquid cheese, you prick.
He just wants solid blocks of cheese.
If you were just someone really into their cheese, you know how people are into fucking coffee or into whiskey or something. you enjoy tasting the subtle differences between it. That's okay. When it's just mass consumption of pure unacclaimed cheese, what are we doing?
He won't eat liquid cheese, but he's like, I will eat a whole block between two pieces of bread.
The mac and cheese thing is wild to me, because mac and cheese is delicious.
Shaun, how do you get him off this diet? Is there any way? He's 54 now, 55. I mean, I don't know if there's any chance that we're going to talk him back down.
No, I think he's kind of in it for the long haul. And like, we've set that his boundary is like, once he's not spending 20 quid a day on cheese, he's fine.
Yeah.
So unless we drive the price of cheese up,
we need to tax the shit out of him just to really drive it up.
So in our first story, we learned about a woman who was struck by lightning, and we determined now fears lightning at all times.
Yeah.
I think we need to give this man a traumatic experience associated with cheese. I say we have him be trampled by the laughing cow. Is that an option?
We needs to be some involving cows, but no, I see they're not cheesy enough. I think people associate cows with milk. I think
milk is cheese, or cheese is milk, rather.
No,
sorry,
but you know what I mean,
need for
right?
me to get that angry. I'm sorry.
But no, see, there was no need, right? We're working together here, right?
It was unnecessary.
Feels very strongly about cheese.
I do.
No, but like people, if they look at a cow, they'll associate milk first in their brain. We don't want that. I'm thinking we beat him to death with a big block of cheese.
Oh, pretty good. Hard cheddar. That'll do it. Wait, Connor. We have just the event. The downhill cheese race.
But we turn it around, Shaun. We build an Indiana Jones style big boulder of cheese, allow him to run down the hill and have the boulder follow him.
Yes. Yeah, but we don't tell him it's happening. We say, oh, we'll go to the cheese race because you love cheese so much. Then we show up, we push him into a dark corridor, and a single light illuminates the biggest wheel of cheese you've ever seen. As it starts slowly rolling down.
And it's got spikes on it.
They're little wedges of Parmesan.
Yeah, you're going to get hurt if it lands on you. Like, it's not going to be pretty. And then we just need to roll, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them. We need to roll them from 3 different directions. So he's definitely getting hit.
Yeah, absolutely. How much of a cheesehead is this man? Like, because does he like, how does he feel about blue cheese? You know, that's a divisive one.
I think he's going, if I'm reading into this properly, I think he's going straight up cheddar and just leaving it there. Big block of cheddar cheese, maybe even mature red.
Even
why not?
I mean, what's your favourite cheese, Connor?
See, I'm the opposite. You know those people that do like they taste the subtleties between things. I don't even know if I really like cheese.
My God.
No,
what are we doing?
I'll have a cheese.
Now I'm questioning if anyone else is free.
No, I'll have cheese in a sandwich.
What kind of cheese? What kind of sandwich?
If I'm going sandwich, I'm going bit of ham, mayonnaise. Relish is big on a sandwich. You got to go a bit of relish.
You got
bit
do
of
relish.
Tomato, bit of lettuce, bit of cheese. Call it a day.
Okay, now you still haven't listed me a name of type of cheese that you're working with.
The yellow cheese, I would say.
The yellow cheese. Right. No,
yours.
Fine. Yeah, no, if it's a nice sandwich, who cares? Honestly.
What about your favourite cheese, Shaun?
Oh, it's a tough one, do you know, but I think I'd have to go Gruyere for the meltability of it.
Oh, fuck me.
What I like to do, it's good on a burger. If you want to do an inside-out burger, a bit of Gruyere, fold the meat around it.
You know what's disgusting is that cheese in a can.
Oh, that's foul. That's really bad.
You should be arrested. You should be arrested if you eat that.
It's a crime. It's a crime against whoever invented cheese. The Italians? Was it Italians? They do good cheese.
I didn't know you would actually come up with like a proper cheese, and now I'm like, I don't know, cheddar. I like cheddar. Light, mature cheddar would be good.
A good Catholic answer, Connor.
The only cheese ever in my house growing up.
Kilmeaden cheese? Was it Kilmeaden cheese?
I'm not dealing with a cheese board, by the way. If I go anywhere and they serve a cheese board, fuck off. Give me some food.
I'll never order one. If the one happens to be at the function, I love a cheese board. I'll never order a cheese board.
No. Give me a soup, right? Don't give me a board, give me food, right? I'm not having a cheese board.
If someone orders a fucking cheese board for dessert, go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, you should be arrested again.
Yeah. What are we doing? Like, get over yourself, first of all.
Get some ice cream and jelly, call it a day.
Yeah. Cheesecake, fine.
Fine, I'll accept that. Strawberry cheesecake, lovely.
Yeah, I like a lime cheesecake is lovely as well. It has a nice tang.
It's a bit of a tang, are you? A bit of a tangy boy.
I like a tang, but not sour, which is tough to find. But lime cheesecake seems to meet that perfectly.
I think we've gone off this map.
I think we've derailed this a bit.
Maybe he's the wisest of us all.
That he's just simplified into one form of cheese and he's happy.
He's taken away all the options. He's got pure Catholic Irish upbringing. He's chosen one block of cheese and he's just buying a shit ton of that.
Yes, he's a good honest lad, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Shaun, we're going to need to move on to our next piece of news, because I have a small Shaun solves. We haven't done that segment in a long time. We still don't have a jingle for it. But
we don't have a jingle for anything apart from the intro and outro.
I think it's funny to just ask you to do jingles at the mid.
I don't want to do jingles. We used to do weekly recommends for a while, but then we stopped.
Yeah, do you remember we did weekly again for like the first 8 weeks, and then we decided we didn't watch that much stuff.
We said, this is fine. Also, we don't have the clout to actually influence anyone's views.
We were like, oh, lads, I don't even watch it. I watch the same show over and over again.
And then it was like, okay, we can just recommend Young Justice again, I guess.
Again, 7th time.
I'm going to watch it.
Any day now. It's been 5 years.
It's coming like a freight train.
I treated my friend to a £400 trip, all exclusively paid for. Then she asked me for petrol money. Shaun, thoughts? Also, could you answer what Shaun Solves is?
People bring me solutions, and then people bring me problems rather, and then I provide solutions.
Yeah. It's kind of like an agony ad segment of the show where we choose a story that's in a different agony ad section. I just basically plagiarise it. Then we take that, and instead of asking an actual expert, we ask our own expert, Mr. Shaun, who is clearly a genius on all things to do with cheese. But what is he like with social interaction?
We're about to find out, win rate on these. And look, don't bring up my social skills first of all, and then.
Don't bring up my social. Firstly,
they have no bearing on this conversation.
What are we? People are lost for words after a woman's cheeky friend requested that she cough up her share of the petrol money after she was treated to a lavish £400 getaway. So a woman was taken aback after she took her friend on an all expenses paid getaway, which is pretty good. The woman claims that the trip equated to approximately £400 per person.
Right.
And after explaining the situation, she then admitted that they're lost for words, as to be put out that my friend is asking me to pay her money. I was given a very nice perk through work for myself and a +1 for an all expenses paid trip. The woman went on, it included a hotel, all food and drink and entertainment for the value of £400 per person, and I chose to take a particular friend that I was very close to. So, all exclusively paid for. She goes like, this is amazing. I'm going to bring my best gal and we head off.
Okay, lovely thing to do for a friend.
My friend kindly drove us there and back, which was Bristol to London. She then texted me a few days later asking me to transfer her half of the petrol money for the trip, which was £20.
For 20. If it was £100, I'd be like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But £20, get over yourself.
Seeking advice, the woman wrote, am I being unreasonable to think if someone had done the same for me, I would let the petrol money slide? Shaun, what should she do here?
So first of all, it's an all expenses paid trip that you got for free. That's fair enough. But you could have brought literally anyone in the world. You chose to bring your friend. So that friend now gets an all expenses paid trip, which is a value greater than £20, I would say.
I would say so.
For absolutely nothing. So, fair enough that she pays for the petrol and the lift. Like, because she's getting a free weekend out of it. And everything else you could want on that all expenses pay. All expenses,
I mean,
Conor.
what you do is you send her the 20 quid and then you invoice her for the €400 she owes you for the trip away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, or just send a request. Like, don't even send a message. Just request money on Revolut or whatever. I mean, like, grown-up thing is go to a cafe and have a talk about it. Or
No. We're not here for grown-up solutions, Shaun. We come to you for the real solution.
Oh, man. I mean, okay, let's think about this. What can we do? Send her the money. Pay her the money. Then rock up to her house and start using all of the facilities with reckless abandon.
Counter idea.
Go for it.
Go out. Get the 20 quid, right? Get it in a note form. Then what you do is you go find some drugs, right? Cocaine preferably. Cover the 20 quid note in the drugs, okay? Then give it to her. Just have the residue there. Then anonymous tip to the police that you think your friend is doing drugs with a recently 20 quid in her wallet or her purse. Then she goes down for drugs and then you get 20 years of peace. Shaun, thoughts? I feel like that's a reasonable thing to do in this situation.
I think it's a bit of an escalation, but I don't think it's unwarranted given the insult that was delivered. Okay, so you're mad to use drugs in this scenario, so let's run with that for a bit.
No, I'm not mad to use it. I'm saying, I was trying to think, what could you stick on a 20 quid note that will get someone in trouble?
Look, okay, let's put aside the 20 quid for 1 second, because...
Yeah.
Now, look, don't never do this, Colin.
That should be the start of all of our Shaun Sol segments
really
of never do this, but please.
I think it's time to start gaslighting. Because you need to get the hotel in on it, but you're going to want to stage that there was a murder at the hotel the weekend that they were arrived. Everyone has an alibi except for your friend.
Except for your friend. You got to pick a moment that she went to the bathroom.
Yeah, to do drugs, presumably.
To do the drugs.
Discredit her in that regard as well.
I mean, you got to discredit everything she's ever stood for, right? This is the only way to do this. So you're saying a drugs bust that was fake is too far, but you're willing to let her go down for murder was your next step.
Yeah, I think we get an extra 5 years apiece out of that. Like,
you were looking for the most years. What's the most bang for your buck for 20 quid?
It's like, and yeah, it's all inclusive, but that also includes following the rules.
Fucking
one
life.
of which is
20
don't
to
murder
life.
anyone.
That's what it includes. So you're saying, so you need to get the hotel staff involved.
Yeah.
Convince them to convince her that there's been another murder. And then you need to convince the police to interview her to then do her for the crime.
Yeah, and it'll be it won't happen straight away because the police will interview her and they'll be like, "Where were you?" "Oh, I was with my friend." Yeah. That's when you fire back. You're lying to the police in this scenario, by the way. You fire back, "Oh, she was with me, but I didn't actually see her that much. She disappeared during the night, actually, and I thought that was weird." She disappeared
around 11:30 to 11:47. When did you say the murder? 11:35.
Right, okay.
That's actually smack bang in the middle of where her alibi kind of goes missing, really, when you think about it.
And we had to stop for petrol on the way back, but I thought the tank was full when we left, so I was surprised.
The tank was different. What was she getting rid of? And then you got a plant. There's maybe some sort of gun or knife near that petrol station.
You spread various, bloods and viscera across her boot.
An invoice note of that she was involved with gangs and it was a gangland shooting.
Yeah, like just a little thing, soil that's not from the local area.
"I'm coming for you, you dickhead." Signed, not Susan. This is definitely Susan who wrote this.
Yeah, you got to find delete her browsing history just for that window of time. Like, what was she up
search
to?
Only how to murder people over and over again.
And then send emails being like, "Hello, if I did a murder, would you still be my friend? Also give me 20 quid.
So you're saying for every quid that you give, so every pound is worth a year, I think, in prison, really?
Yeah, at least 150 maybe.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, look, the options are either do all of that or talk to her, but I feel like talking to her might be a bit boring.
It could be awkward, you know. No one wants to have that discussion. It's easier for everyone this way.
So it's much easier just to take her down and maybe ruin her whole life and maybe ruin her family's life.
If you want to actually kill someone, like, go ahead. Things that will be taken out of context. Why Shaun can't run for president.
Just a series of cuts of this show. I feel like murder's okay.
Oh, there's one for you. Excellent. We're in the same boat.
The vice president, he's gone down as well.
I like the idea that, like, oh no, Shaun's been discredited, but at least Conor is still free.
No, and I would like leak your audio to discredit you, and then you're like, oh, Shaun's gone. Next up is Conor. Oh no, he's got worse quotes.
My own petard, I've been hoisted by it.
Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and that is dead woman found alive and breathing inside her coffin at her own funeral.
Oh, I mean, at least at the funeral, not at the grave.
A woman has been found alive and breathing shortly before she was due to be buried in the ground forever. I like how they wrote that. That's very quite funny.
That's really good.
According to the BBC, Bella Montoya died last week from a stroke at the age of 76. So she was dead. Her death certificate reportedly declared she suffered cardiorespiratory arrest due to suffering from an unspecified cerebrovascular disease.
Cerebrovascular?
That's the one. Otherwise known as pillow. Her loved ones quickly organised a funeral for the elderly woman. She spent several hours inside of her own casket during the wake. Shaun, my question first of all, if she wakes up 10 minutes in, at what point does she think, who's the wake for? And then, wait, it's my wake.
Yeah. Would you listen to your own funeral? Like, do you let it happen before you go, excuse me?
You'd want to hear what they said, surely. You're not going to wake up straight away. You're going to wait for the last minute.
You got to do the knock, 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 then boo. Then they'll say,
oh,
boo,
you don't really want to sit up straight or like punch a hole through the coffin with a fist.
Which I could do.
There's no way you could.
I should stress as well, my coffin is made of paper mache.
Right. It's not like proper wood.
No. It used to be wood. It's paper, but now it's...
It used to be wood. Like a long time ago. It used to be a different form of wood. It was standing up. However, when relatives started the process of changing her clothes to prepare her for burial, they couldn't believe that she was showing signs of life. My mother started to move the left hand, open her eyes, the mouth. She was making an effort to breathe, apparently. How fucking freaked out would you be if you went to change your dead granny's clothes and then she started looking at you?
You'd be thinking, like... oh, this is grief. Like, I'm imagining this.
Yeah.
You know. But it's like, no, it's actually, this is the one in a million time that it's not grief.
You're not thinking zombie.
I don't think I'd be thinking zombie straight away. I'd be thinking, oh, they're back. Great. Great fun.
Apparently, they immediately called the ambulance, which surely... and paramedics had been observing her vital signs and they transferred her to the hospital. So she's now back in the same hospital and intensive care unit that declared her dead. How would you trust them?
You'd look for a second opinion, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, like how we... okay. And she woke up just when they were getting changed, kind of thing. And she was still, like... not all there. But if you woke up, what's the funniest time to let people know? Do you ride it out until the graveyard?
I think graveyard. I think it's, unless it's like you're going to get burned, that's a different thing.
It's cremation, yeah, fair enough.
I would speak up a little earlier if cremation is on the table, but if we're going to the graveyard, I'm waiting until the priest starts doing his final rites, and then I start, I don't know, joining in with the final rites, or maybe just
you wait
have
to
a
feel
sit
yourself being lowered down. And you start, like, just doing, like, a goodbye to everyone. And just, like, so long, farewell kind of a deal.
Jazz hands coming out of the coffin.
Yeah. Or you're in the church and you're, like, on the table that they rest the coffin on. and it's a closed casket, but you just like throw yourself against one side at a particularly poignant point, or like a point of contention. Like, it's like, oh, Audrey really loved everybody, and then you like knock the coffin off the table.
That's a fucking lie, John.
John Cena's entrance music starts playing.
No, yeah, you do it like a wrestler. I think you play the Undertaker's theme song, then you get the coffin stood up, and then you break open it like him and all of those gifs that you see on Twitter of him popping out of the coffin. And then I think you just go all the way. You do the full entrance, maybe like pile drive, power bomb a few people, just call it a day.
Yeah, you throw someone off the top of the church. Like, it's what has to happen.
I think you get the priest in, you whisper to him, you're like, lad, I'm actually alive in here, right? And then you gaslight everyone into thinking that you're starting a wrestling promotion, and then you wrestle the priest, but he's in on it. And then you fake
professional wrestler,
whole. He's John Cena, and you do a whole fight in which you eventually win as a 76-year-old granny. You overcome death. Death comes in. You beat the shit out of Death as well. It's a tag team match. You and Jeebus versus Death and the priest.
Oh, it's a tough match. It's going to be good.
Match.
It's a belt on the line.
There's a lot of stakes.
The fucking, sorry, as well. Now look, this might be an Irish response, but the fucking hassle everyone just went through to plan a funeral.
Yeah.
And you just are alive now.
Bit selfish to still be alive, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. Let me give you this scenario, right? This exact thing happens, and like a loved one of yours was thought dead and is now in the hospital. Do you still have all the little sandwiches that you made back home? Do you still eat those? Or do you feel bad but hold off for a couple of days just to see?
No, I'm eating them. I'm eating them all day. They're sitting there like they're only going to go off.
They're only going to go bad. Yeah,
it's what she would have wanted. She would have wanted me to have a big full tummy eting sandwiches, which
true.
I know.
And you can ask her yourself. She'll tell you.
She'll fucking tell you right now, lad. I'm going to move on because I want to really get to this headline before the end of the show, and that is I don't think I've ever. Description in headlines is tough, right? When you're trying to describe something as a certain size, it's tough to figure out what simile you're going to use. And sometimes you can say, it's as big as a building. It's as big as, I don't know, some sort of small car, right? But Shaun, what about if colossal asteroid? Now, if you were an asteroid, what would you... how would you size an asteroid?
I'd probably relate it to the size of a country, maybe. Like an asteroid the size of Ireland is flying by. Or kilometres. Miles.
Kilometres or miles is good ones. Well, colossal asteroid, Shaun, the size of 99 narwhals to pass Earth on Thursday, saying NASA.
NASA didn't say that, though, did they?
They did.
99 narwhals? Why the fuck are we measuring things in narwhals? The variation in narwhals alone makes it unnecessary.
Why did they choose narwhals for this headline? Also, I also seen another one that measured orcas. Narwhals on average can grow as much as 5.5 metres in length. The tusk, however, can grow to be as much as 3.1 metres.
So what are we measuring?
This narwhals a total maximum of length altogether of 8.6 metres. That's almost... This is the best article ever written, because the next line is, you think they've explained narwhals. Okay, bit long-winded, 8.6 metres. But then they throw in this little tidbit, that's almost 2 ostriches in length.
Fuck off, NASA. They designed this to get clicks and we're playing into it. That's what's happening here.
You think?
I think, why else are they naming just give me a number. Give me a number, man.
Asteroid 2022... WN4 is set to pass Earth on June 13th. This is other asteroids that are currently going on, Shaun, and I think you'll be interested to know the size of them.
Please,
it's a diameter of around 260 metres. It's around the size of, what's the example they use?
Horses?
295 Siberian Huskies, wrong again, Shaun. Asteroid 2023, LO, is also set to pass Earth on June 13. It has the diameter of around 18 metres, meaning it's around the size of almost...
400 frogs.
10 Julias. Now, if you don't know what a Julia is, it's an East Mediterranean monk seal that has frequented Israel's beaches and has won the heart of a nation.
What are we... Am I having a stroke? Why are they doing this?
This is the best article ever.
Is this because orcas are attacking boats? We're trying to, like, change the standard measurement.
Why are these connections going on? Asteroid 2020, this is the last one, Shaun. You're going to get this one, right?
Okay.
So far, we've only had 10 Julias, which are an East Mediterranean monk seal, and 295 Siberian Huskies. Next asteroid, very simple. It says it fly very close to Earth on Wednesday, June 14th, which is today. Its diameter is around 32 metres, which is around the size of 14
hippopotamuses.
Damascus goats, if those goats were wearing 3-inch Prada high heels.
What is this a bit? What's happening here?
This is the best.
This is NASA saying this.
Yeah. Well,
is this like when you fell for an AI plane thing on April Fool's? It's something like that happening.
This is real.
But surely there's a better way to measure asteroids.
No,
surely an
no
asteroid going near Earth is interesting enough.
I mean, there's only 4 ways to measure asteroids. That is narwhals. To how many Siberian Huskies, how many Julias, which are obviously the monk seal in Israel, or 40 Damascus goats wearing high heels from Prada. They're the only ways I maybe recognise any sort of length or width.
I don't know why this makes me so angry. I genuinely... Because it feels like this kind of science fact would be posted on a Facebook page with a minion underneath it.
Yeah, but it's not though.
It's NASA.
Yeah,
we used to
NASA.
go to the moon. And now they're doing this.
Also, one day headline just says, just tusk me on this.
Go fuck yourself, whoever wrote this. You don't deserve to be an astronaut.
This is definitely not one of the astronauts, but my God, this is amazing. I don't know what's the big problem here. This is how we should measure all things from now on.
Is this AI? Is this like ChatGPT? Explain the size of this asteroid.
Surely not. I mean this is according to NASA's asteroid tracker, which has sized all of these things.
But are you telling me NASA isn't working on a way to get AI to deliver updates on asteroids to people, and this is just what it happened to spit out? Why would a human do this on purpose? We're better than this.
No, we're not. We're not better than this. I mean, so now from now on, Shaun, this is how you could think about it. If someone has a diameter of 32 metres, it is...
The Julia?
14 Damascus goats wearing the 3-inch Prada heels. Come on,
why are we measuring the goats, by the way? Is it height or length? What's happening?
Look, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
It's funny, there was an easy fucking way to measure things.
If some is 260 metres, instead of saying, wow, look at that thing that's 260 metres, it's 295 Siberian Huskies, which I assume are around 0.9 metres long.
I mean, again, length or height? What are we... length of Siberian Husky.
Yeah.
We're looking at roughly... this is in inches. What are we doing? 76 to 88 centimetres on average.
What's that in metres, though?
There'll be 0.88 metres.
No, I said 0.9. Sorry, I'm not letting everyone down.
You've gone over. It's Price is Right rules. You're fucked.
And if something is, Shaun, 18 metres, it is...
3 Shawns.
10 Julias, unfortunately. Where do you get the Julias?
That would be Israel?
So they're the East Mediterranean monk seal that have frequented Israel's beaches. Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone knows that. Don't fucking question
That's
me.
a fact.
But that might be the greatest article that's ever been written. I think it's really good stuff.
I don't know how we go from here. Like, what? Do I trust NASA anymore? Do I want them to be in space? What if that's the one broadcast that makes it out to the aliens? And they are like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck are Julius?
Yeah, we don't know what Julius are.
I'm going to finish off with Florida Man because I wanted to get that taste out of your mouth, but I mean, I really enjoyed that article because we're finishing with, damn, that's a nice bike, said Florida Man before taking man's bike.
He did state his intention, I suppose.
Police arrested a man on Monday after he was accused of stealing a victim's bike and then taking cash out of his wallet while he was sitting at a bus stop in northwest Miami-Dade. Everyone's favourite Dade.
Nice.
A victim was sitting at a bus stop with his bicycle against his leg at the Martin Luther King Metro Rail station. And this is in the Gladeview area when 36-year-old Ira Adonte McKinney and 3 men approached him. Police say that Hurley said that one suspect told the victim, "Damn, that's a nice bike," before going silent for another few minutes. And then one of them turning around, taking the bicycle and running away with it.
Running away with the bike, that's an interesting move. It only counts as Grand Theft Auto if you actually ride the bike.
True, technically. According to McKinney's arrest report, the victim then chased the suspect but lost sight of him. Police said when the victim returned to the bus stop, McKinney picked him up by his hoodie and pinned him against the wall. Then he put the victim down and ordered him to take off his shoes and socks. The victim took off his shoes but refused to take off his socks. That was the last straw. I'm not taking off my socks.
Still have my dignity, man. Come on.
McKinney forcibly removed the socks from his feet. Investigators then said McKinney also removed the victim's cell phone and $40 from his wallet before giving the cell phone back to him, which I have to feel like you'd be embarrassed about if he looked at your cell phone and then he looked at $40 and then he said, "That's a piece of shit, you can have that phone back. I'm going to take the $40 though."
Yeah, you know what I prefer is just cold hard cash rather than trying to deal with this phone. But before he took everything, he was like, "That's a nice $40.
That's a nice $40. Police arrived at the scene and they detained McKinney shortly afterwards, so immediately got arrested, I can only assume, because he was still running with the bike, which might be a hindrance on the getaway.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to ride a bike. That's the tragedy of this story.
He just loves bikes.
He just likes the design of them. He doesn't know how they feel to ride.
So he was brought in immediately, Shaun. He has been arrested, and he's been arrested previously for 2 counts of robbery as well. But I feel like this might be the pettiest of all the robberies. Florida man, very clear, doesn't really think outside the box. That's a nice bike. Minutes pass. Something in his brain says, I want that bike because it's a nice bike, and I deserve a nice bike.
It's something of it's like a magpie. Just sees the shiny thing and is like, I want that, and I will have it.
What's the deal with the shoes and the socks?
Oh, it's stop him chasing after him, I suppose. Slow him down.
Surely the shoes are enough.
No, I don't know. Socks would provide some padding, some protection against the Florida heat as well, you know.
Also, he spent so long still at the bus stop telling him to strip and taking his stuff that if he had just cycled away, he would have gotten away with the bike. He would have had a nice bike, but he was still at the crime scene when the police arrived and arrested him immediately afterwards.
Yeah, but it was the principle of the thing. If word gets out that he let a man walk away with his shoes and socks, his street cred is ruined.
Is that some sort of like it's a wet bandit situation? That's his his
calling
trait.
card. Yeah, he's the barefoot bandit, but he's not barefoot. That's the thing. So they're looking for footprints, but they can't find any. That's why he steals bikes.
The soul stealer, they call him.
Oh, very good. There's got to be another one. There has to be another one, Connor. There has to be another one.
the Robin Sock connection.
The foot fiend, the foot
Foot fiend is a different thing altogether, I think.
Is it now? Do I need to Google that one as well?
I don't think you do. I think possibly you don't.
The foot falsifier. No, it's gone. Can't do it.
The foot friend is even worse. You don't want
again,
that.
Google? No?
No. Well, foot fiend I think would be more dangerous than foot friend.
Well, just by linguistically speaking, you would think.
Yeah.
Friend and fiend.
I think foot friend is more people who are interested in the diameters of lead, not that are Siberian Huskies.
I'll even take the imperial system at this point rather than whatever the fuck NASA just cooked up.
Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Do you want me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero. Last Monday we put out a Spider-Verse review if you want to go listen to that. And we'll be back on Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesday. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Everyone over there is an absolute legend, helps us to keep the show going, so massive thank you to Róisín the wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles loves you and is hoping you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Luke Darth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Buster, Ed Ball, Conor, you got me. Conor and Lorraine have struck again when Shaun least expects it. Fuck's sake. I just had that one rattled off. Russ still nodding along sagely at Shaun's pollen-fueled, rage-filled "You're a Cunt" aimed at the child farmer, Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsy subscribed to the Patreon. And Ciara Lawler. Thank you all so much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. Head over to Patreon if you want to support us over there. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is at Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
And we shall talk to you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.